Has the negotiation ended? Is it still ongoing? Is it true that the current administration is making attempts to underpay workers in the state? On Am.Cafe, we are always concerned about issues that affect our lives as a state, as a people, as a country. Please welcome with us this morning our comrade. Yes, talking to us about the state of things
in Osun State.
In Osun.
Most especially the workers.
The workers as regards pay. Like you said in Yoruba, you're welcome, sir. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, moderators.
Yes.
Good morning, Osun. Good morning, workers of Osun State. I welcome you to a new day.
Okay, let's start with this way. Is it right for us to say the current administration in Osun is worker friendly, and why?
Of course, yes. Of course, yes. I still maintain it, and I still reiterate it. Why? During the electoral campaign of Mr. Governor, the Imole of our time, the civil senator, Ademola Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke, the workers' welfare was one of his manifesto, and since he came on board, it shall be proven to that level, and he's keeping to his word. Onama pè ní asọ̀rọ̀ ṣẹ, asọ̀rọ̀ gbígbẹ́, talk and do, governor. So he still maintain it, and I think and I believe he will not deviate from what he promised workers of Osun State.
But it is believed in certain quarters that he's not going to be able to maintain the promise. Where is he going to get money from?
Thank you, moderator. Governance is a continuity. Where does past administration got money? They claim that there was no money in the treasury. They owed us several monies, several allowances, and they left. Immediately this government came on board, what we believe or what we are told or what we are being fed that there was nothing in the treasury was released, and this administration, this Mr. Governor, let us know that there's nothing wrong with treasury. Where does he got the money he paid? For example, the past administration claimed that there was no money for us to pay the 50% arrears hold salary, and immediately this man came, he has started paying. At least he has paid 2 months. Where does he got the money? We just need to be prayerful and continue to pray for him that God will continue to strengthen him.
On daily basis, a lot of workers are retiring from the service, but there is no replacements in the last few years. What are you doing about this?
Of course, if actually you got the data of the workforce now, day in, day out, workers are retiring. Day in, day out, workers are retiring without replacement. You see, go to the NDAs, you see big offices, gigantic building, empty. If you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 offices, hardly you see 1 or 2 officers occupying that office. So those that have gone and those that are planning to go, there is no provision for replacement for now. But when we met Mr. Governor, sometimes we made him to realize that those that are employed since the creation of the state, 1991, 1992. You know, the most fortunate thing was that immediate brother of this present Governor Isiaka Adeleke, is a late now, of blessed memory. Those that he employed in 1992, we are planning to take our seat out of service. If care is not taken, and make sure that there is a replacement in that cadres, you will not be surprised that some of the cadres will be going to extinction.
So what are you doing about this?
Yes, I will just employ Mr. Governor that he should employ more hands. Though we need to sit him down and let him realize what I've just said. It might not be briefed properly. The need to replace some of these people, and there are some cadres, though there's no cadres that are not important in the service.
But you have the joint negotiation committee, so who else should brief him properly, if not
even before now?
Yes.
He knew.
Okay.
You know there are critical cadres that they need urgency. That they need urgency recruitment. You know there are cadres in your corporation. You know those that they are very, very important. The core cadres which need urgent attention. So that's one is the way we have been
planning to.
Yes, talking to him that they need immediate attention.
The previous administration was always arguing that allocation from Abuja was a big problem because out of let's say like 3 billion plus, the state was oftentimes struggling to have about 2 billion at the end of the day. Now that means an average administration will have to rely on IGR.
Yeah.
Can you see any sign that Osun's IGR is growing, and what do you think can be done more? Or what do you think this administration is trying to do? So
the president of this
situation, yes,
the work lies with you and I.
Okay.
How?
Yes, how to improve this IGR. One, if a government can be generating just 1 million naira in a month, and there is no leakages. There's no leakages where a sum of 1 million naira is being generated, and there's a conduit pipe where 400,000 naira is being taken back. How can we say government is generating 1 million naira? You are giving the money with right hand, somebody else is taking it, maybe 40 or 50% of it with left hand. So how can we say the idea will be improving? It cannot. But since the government came on board, some of the leakages where IGR or government treasury is being leaked have been blocked. With this committee, the revenue committee in place, the mineral something, all this mining, these people. Initially, what we read that there was no IGR or mining, but immediately this government came on board, it made us to realize that there was a huge money in that mining sector alone, not to talk of forestry, agri and other sectors, where the last administration have been claiming that there was no IGR, government is not generating from that sector. It was this government that made us to realize that there is even the only the mining sector alone can survive Osun State in terms of IGR. What we need is to support this present administration, and in order to improve this idea.
Okay, one of the social media says Osun workers cry for help as government demotes 1,000 civil servants over lack of money. How far is it true? That our plans have salary, other measures to reduce expenses.
Brother, as you were saying, I came across it on the social media. You see all these social media people, their information, they don't have source. Will you believe that any information or any news that read from this conversation is have to be traced? You have a source of your information. Those that are using online, these online people, they are untraceable. What you are just asking, I can say, is a fallacy. There was no or never a time or a place where the government, this present government, is planning to reduce or to demote any worker in Osun State, of which I'm presently the chairman of Joint Negotiating Council. Without my knowledge. But as it is now, there's nothing of such. Madam, it's a fallacy. I'm saying it emphatically.
Okay, many workers are due for promotion exercise. How soon will this be implemented?
But that's why it is not a problem. I know promotion is conducted twice in a year. Once in January, another one in July. It is a tradition and it can never be changed. 2022 promotion has been conducted by the immediate past administration. 2023 January edition and July edition is a pipeline. It's ongoing. I've met the chief negotiator, which is the head of service, Eda Samuel Edana, and now to fine-tune to conduct the 2023 promotion. It's ongoing. It's in progress.
Is it true that the current review, so the pay, is still based on the scale used by the previous administration? Is it true?
Which review?
The current increase on the
scale.
Yes, that is being effected, currently reflected now.
Of course, yes.
Based on the scale used by the previous administration, immediate past administration?
Yes, we know there's a salary structure.
Okay.
The salary structure signed and adopted by Osun State government in conjunction with labor movement. Based on that salary table, the review, the increment or the increase or the cashback on the promotion, I don't know which one are you talking of, because there's no yet review of salary.
Okay.
There's no yet review of salary, but cash backing of promotion.
Cash backing of promotion.
Yes, cash backing of.
That is what is being effected.
That is what is being effected. You know, there's a difference between review of salary.
Review. We are talking about review of salary, not cash backing of promotions.
Review of salary is not yet effected.
Okay. Okay.
As per federal now, even in the state.
Okay.
The only what happened in the federal was that there was just an increase. It's not a review. It's not a review. When you said a review, that is, all awards have to be reviewed holistically, maybe upwardly or downward, but for now it's downward. Mind you, the 40% announced by federal government does not cut across.
It's not everybody.
Yes, to everybody.
States, okay.
So it has to be cleared.
What should be the expectations of workers from the present administration in the state?
Workers will expect they should be full of joy. Yorùbá ní alẹ́ tí ó bá dáa àárọ̀ láti mọ̀. The night that will be good will be started from morning. Mr. Governor started well because immediately he came. Even personally to me, when he came on 27 November, I don't believe that he can pay that November salary, because if it was other person, he would just put or hold the salary of workers, but he took it as a priority. He gave directive that the salary should be paid, and it was paid. So since then, he has been paying salary as when due, with allowances. You understand? There are other welfare packages for workers. During the festivity, he used to give the leaders some of these packages for members to share. You understand? So anything that has to do with workers is giving it a priority.
There were appointments at the last minute of the last administration.
Okay.
And we all of us are aware of what this administration had to do, like to step it down, at least temporarily, so to say. Is it a temporary measure or a permanent measure? Are those people still going to be considered? What are you trying to do about it?
Yes, thank you, moderator. The appointment made at the last minute of last administration was stepped down. It had to be reviewed with holistic view. Anybody that they knew that they were not qualified, I think this has to be, when I say the review, let me use that language. It has to be reviewed holistically. That holistically, in quote, anybody that they think is not qualified, you know, will be, it has to be reviewed. Let me just use that language. It has to be reviewed. The appointment has to be reviewed and looked into.
When?
As soon as possible. Because we have been troubling Mr. Governor and the head of service that these appointments have to be made, because in the service today we just have about 2, 3 or 4 permanent secretaries in the service, of which is supposed to be around 24, between 24 to 30. So now only we have just 4 or 5 in the service. You know, it is a priority for this government, but it's in progress. It's in progress. The appointment is in progress. I discussed with Mr. Governor on May Day or before May Day that the appointment of permanent secretaries should be looked into. Even it was in the presentation during the May Day celebrations that you should look into it. The use of a coordinating director is an alien. Is an alien in the service. What are they coordinating? The director coordinating the activities of the ministry.
When there are other directors.
When there are other directors. Don't forget that he too is a director. He's coordinating his colleagues' activities. He's an alien and it's out to be removed.
How do you intend to accord top priority to welfare of workers in terms of car loans, many loans, the states?
Madam, thank you. That's my constituency. That's my constituency. The car loan committee is within my purview. Housing loan committee is within my purview. From Labour side, I'm the chairman negotiating council. That is a car loan. While the chief negotiator, the chairman, is the head of service. So what happened was that there's meager vote, meager money in that vote for now. But the last one we did, it has to be managed. But I have approached Mr. Governor, many voters, that it needs to be inject more money into that vote so that workers of one state
will also enjoy.
will also enjoy that benefit. I know Mr. Governor is a kind man and he promised to do something. Likewise, the housing loan. The housing loans board is domiciled at Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning. But for the past 12 years, it has been moribund. There's nothing of church. And I've written Mr. Governor that that loan board has to be resuscitated so that every worker will have his and both of his of our own house. That is it. That housing loan board will be resuscitated as promised by Mr. Governor, and he will do it. He said, Mr. Talk and do. He will do it. I'm assuring you, madam.
All right, before our time is out, can we talk briefly about capacity building for workers? Many of the NDAs hardly touch trainees anymore, and it's becoming something we don't talk about again. We hope this administration, yes, as this administration is trying to prove that it's very interested in developing the state. We can't develop the state without capacity building. What can you say about trainings?
The area you just mentioned, the capacity building, is very, very disheartening. You understand? For the past 12 years, I can boldly say that there was no internal training.
Almost zero.
Almost zero. The what people enjoyed last was during the Oyinlola administration. Then people were being sent. There were in-house training as well as
External
training. Let me mention one or two. There was a training school or this is a resource center at Okuku. This I forgot his name. I think Morisi. Many people were taking their 2 weeks training. When they say 2 weeks training, you know what it is saying. Besides, there is a pet at the University of Ibadan. There is another one at Lagos, CMD or something like that. At Lagos, people are sent here to acquire knowledge, to enhance themselves in order to be useful to the government. Not that alone, people are sent to overseas training. Like I made mention of two, but since then there wasn't of such like that. But this present administration, we've contacted him and he's promised through my Oga, the head of service. He knew everything because he's a seasoned administrator and they know what, when we said capacity building, you know, before he was appointed as a head of service, he was a permanent secretary, Minister of Human Resources and Capacity Building. He knows the important, so he cannot toy with the training.
Okay, thank you very much. Everything we discussed today, everything is noted.
Of course.
I can assure you, we'll host you again very soon. I'll remind you of some of the things, some of the promises made today. They say internet doesn't forget. It's not only internet that doesn't forget, even TV doesn't forget.
Yes.
We'll remind you. So we do believe that by then we'll be able to review the scorecard and give you something, a very good grade, showing improvement in your activities. So I think we should appreciate.
Yes, I want to appreciate Comrade Samuel Unolaji and Comrade Oluwatoyin Idowu, not forgetting Comrade Kehinde Adikun as the former chairman of Ratawu in Osun State, and Comrade Bayo Akinsanya as the current chairman of Osun Ratawu in the state. We want to thank you. We want to appreciate you.
It's honor
for coming to the show this morning. Comrade Olasukami Akindele is the chairman JNC in Osun State. Thank you very much, and we want to appreciate our crew at the other side of the device, our cameraman, the VTR, the MCR, and our TriCaster crew. My name is Ulushola Mbodofo.
And I am Luademiga Detukumbo. Appreciating you for tuning in to Am.Cafe this morning. Tomorrow is another day. Till then, wishing you a happy day.
Good morning.
Bye. God bless.